Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. The Domestic and Sexual Violence Prevention Agency New Hope has had to move some of their services online due to the coronavirus. They are fully up and running and able to help and educate the public. We spoke with Executive Director Marcia Szymanski to learn more.
New Hope is a social service agency. We provide support to survivors of sexual and domestic violence. We do this in 41 cities and towns, including the city of Attleboro, and we provide a whole range of supports, everything from emergency shelter, 24/7 hotline. We have counselors, advocates that will help with a myriad of things we have advocates in 8 courts to help with restraining orders. We have advocates in 10 police stations to help with following up on all calls that the police respond to in terms of domestic and sexual violence to work with the survivor. We have housing advocates to help people find housing if they need to flee and there's no shelter space, or if they just want to find another place to live. We have medical advocates that respond to Sturdy Hospital when a sexual assault survivor shows up at the ER there. We have a prevention and education team that tries to work with schools and community groups to try to stop domestic violence before it starts and to talk about healthy relationships. We've been affected in a number of ways. Currently, our main offices in Attleboro, along with Taunton, Milford, and Southbridge, are closed. However, all of our staff have been working remotely, so we're still open for business, but it's just not coming into the office. So we are providing counseling. We currently are doing it through either telephone counseling, or we have a HIPAA-compliant video chatting that people can do one-on-one with the counselor, and then we're also looking to do web-based chat. So we're pretty much working. Our police advocates are still checking in with the police stations. We're still reaching out to victims. It's been a little hard for the court advocates because the courts have basically shut down. So folks who need a protection order can go to the court, and then they either have a hearing either through the telephone, or if they have the opportunity to do a video conference with the court. Usually we're right there in the court. Our advocates have not been able to get into the courts, so the calling them and giving them information in terms of how to contact survivors, but it's definitely not the way we're used to working in the courts. But our 2 shelters are still functioning. Our shelters are full, and we're still trying to keep people as safe as possible. The first week we went remotely, we actually served over 200 people that reached out for services. Our big concern is that people are home alone with their partners that could potentially be abusive, and so we're expecting that there's going to be an uptick in domestic violence. We know that the police are seeing increase in calls for domestic violence, so our police advocates are working strongly with the local police to try to support people. And obviously, in times of stress, such as the virus, such as people losing their jobs, people being isolated, we are expecting that these are all things that create the conditions for even more domestic violence. So our hotline is still working 24/7. That number is 1-800-323-4673. We still have a hotline that is answered by a live person 24/7. We are really hoping to keep that up. The other thing I want to say is if there are any survivors out there who need any support in terms of food assistance or any other sort of assistance, we do have gift cards that we can give to survivors who may need food or may need to buy something for their family and they possibly don't have the funds. So we are available to help with those resources as well. I really would like people in the Attleboro area to know that we are open. We are still here for you. We want to help you. You're not alone. If you're struggling at all with any sort of domestic or sexual violence issue or anything related to that, please reach out. We're here. We want to help. And anything we can do, we will do to the best of our ability.
That's it for today's update. If you are an organization or government official that would like to share information with the public on DoubleACS TV and WARA 1320 AM, you can email news@doubleacs.com. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.